Good afternoon, guys. So this is not sponsored by anybody. It's not sponsored by Wex or anybody like that. But I use Wex quite a bit for purchases on lenses, camera bodies, and lighting and all that sort of stuff. So their used section is also awesome because they actually put a 12-month warranty on it, and that's another video I'm going to come back to. So keep an eye out for these. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well, so you know when I'm uploading a new video. But this made me think. So we have Canon, Nikon and Sony are the real big brands, and everyone sort of says, oh, Nikon are now cheaper than Sony are cheaper than Canon, blah 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 blah. You know, there's all the, or some's more expensive. And I just thought, I wonder if I was going to buy my ultimate setup, how much would it really cost? So I thought, should we have a look and actually have a little add up and see how much money this may cost. So anyway, Sony A1, which is obviously what I already own, so we'll add that to the basket, and it's actually on sale at the minute for £5,879. So that's not bad. I would love the 14mm Sony G Master lens. So I'm looking at lenses now. So we're just going to go, so 14mm, the 35mm G Master. This is just a, you know, do I really want a 50mm f1.2? Or would we go for the new Sony f1.4 50mm G Master? I guess the f1.2, just because it's, you know, that much money. The Sony 135 G Master just doesn't show up. Why is it not there? Sony 135. Oh, there, door. Which I already own. Add to the basket. You can actually save £79 right now if you're looking at one. I would love, and oh, actually, so well, the 200 to 600 I already own, so we'll put that in there. We'll add that. Add that. And then the question is, would I have the 400mm? Is it f2.8, isn't it, G Master? Or would I go for the 600mm f4? I think a 400mm f2.8 would be quite nice, because if I've got 200 or 600 anyway, a 400 f2.8 would be rather lovely, wouldn't it? So we'll go for that. I know I said it's ultimate kind of setup, so in theory I would have a 600mm f4 as well, but real world I'd probably have either or, so we won't add that. I'd probably have a Sony, there's a teleconverter there, there we go, a teleconverter as well, just to double that 400mm f2.8 as well. I'm thinking, so macro lens, so either the Sony 90mm f2.8 macro or the Sigma, but I do own the Sigma the 105mm macro, the new one, not that one, where is it? Oh, type in the word macro, Stu helps. That one there, 699. There's that. So what else could we go for? Got a wide, got a 30. Oh, I tell you what I have, and I do own this, and I actually love the lens, but there's obviously other options out there. Is the Sigma 14 to 24mm this lens here, absolutely lovely, and I really enjoy using it, especially for video, nice and wide angle. Kind of, I mean, do I have the 600mm? Yeah, we've got to have the 600mm. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? 600mm, f4. There she blows. So we're definitely going to be there. I'd love to see if someone was watching my basket go up now. Right, Sony flashes. So I've actually already got a Sony HVL, that one there, but I've actually got the Mark 1 version, so we would have one of them, one of the flashes. It's actually it's one of the best flashes I've ever used. Super powerful. Yes, it's more expensive than the others, but I'll tell you what, it shoots all day long, and you get £50 cash back, so it's actually at $449 if you actually want one. And it was $549 originally. I think I paid about $549 for the original one. So I'd imagine the new one's even better. So we'll add that on there. New camera bag, maybe? Let's have a look at camera bags. So we are going to go. I've always gone for low pro. Let's have a look at all of them. So I've actually got the Whistler bag. Does that come up as it? Oh, the Whistler. So I've actually got one of these, and I think it's the 450. Is it a 450? That's right behind me. Yeah. Somewhere on here. Oh yeah, the 450. So I've actually got the 450. And at £494 originally, £359 now. Do you know what? It's worth absolutely every pound. It's an amazing bag. It's super hardcore. It's really rigid bodied around the outside, so you've got lots of protection. You can get a laptop in there, and it's designed. It's actually got this outer pouch, which is here. So click on it. See a bigger picture. This outer pouch here has actually got like a snow shovel rubberized pouch, so it's all waterproof and everything. It's also got drainage holes at the bottom, so it's really quite hardy, and actually, you know, it's obviously got an extra layer of rubberized protection as well. So, which is really quite thick. So it's almost like a bit of an impact thing as well. That's what it looks like inside. I don't know if we can zoom in on that, but you can get plenty of stuff in there. It's got pouches all over the place. The top bag's really good. You know, so that's a fantastic bag. Did I buy one? I can't remember now. I think I did, didn't I? Did I add one? I think I did. So bags, we've got that. Tripod. So let's go for a tripod. What have we got? So I've actually, that looks quite cool. I've actually got the Benro little mini thing. It's a Benro carbon. It's cheap as anything. Let's view all of them. This one, no, not that one. That's a bit bigger. Where is she? It's only literally 120 quid or thereabouts. So this one here. No, it's not. That's a lie. It's very similar to that anyway. Here it goes. This one here. The Benro Slim. So I've got one of them, and it's super lightweight. It's really good. It comes with a really quite a small head. So obviously no good for big stuff, but for the RX10 Mark IV, perfect. My A1 with a wide angle lens on, with the 135 on, stuff like that. If you put the 200 or 600 on it, it just starts wandering around. So it's no good for that. But for the smaller stuff, and it fits in that Whistler bag, the low pro Whistler bag. It fits in the outer pouch fully, head on and everything, in the waterproofy rubbery bit. So absolutely bang on for what I need. For if you're going out just doing landscape and stuff like that, it's absolutely awesome. We need something a bit bigger now though. So what would we have? We would have Let's just type in tripod again. Obviously this is my personal thing, but it's quite an eye-opener to see. Should we go for a Manfrotto? And it's not all about, the thing is, I've got no heads on these, so you'd have to find a head as well. What have we got here? So, got a fluid head on it for video. Let's go for sort of mid-range. That's loads of money. £2 grand. £2,000 for a head. Blimey, nice day out. Maybe we should go for a sort of 700 or 800 quid marker, because they're normally sort of what I had in the past. I had a Manfrotto carbon one before, and it's one of those things. I kind of bought it, and it was just so massive. I never really used it. Carbon video tripod. Yeah, is there an option for? So look at the Gitzo ones, to be fair. You get free backpack worth 174 quid. Is there one that comes with a head? That's the question. I mean, they're about 700 quid, so if we just choose one, has that got a head on it? No, it's got no head on it. It's at £900. But actually really nice. Oh, it's got kind of levelling feet, which is kind of cool. Always a message. Should we go for £1,000 marker and not go any makes at all? We'll just check something out. See that one there, Gitzo one that's actually got a head on it as well. I'm guessing it's a... What sort of weight can it hold? Max load 20 kilos, so it's well engineered. Material aluminium and carbon. So we'll add that. I think that's a 1,500 quid tripod down to £1,000. Anything else I can think of? Maybe wireless triggers, because having that flash gun off. There we go, flash trigger. I've actually used these. Calumet ones are actually really good. I actually gave them away to a friend because I ended up going for a different make in the end. But for 42 quid, I mean that's Canon version, but £42, they're actually really good, really affordable, and actually just worked really well. Got 100 meter range, and you can buy multiple ones to go on there. So you can have channel 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're really simple because you've got no screens or anything like that. You can literally just you know, they're really good, and that's a kit. That's a basic kit, and I think you can buy them individually. He says flash gun accessories on. So you've got loads of different makes. 53 quid, but there's obviously different fitments for Sony. Here we go, Godox one, £53, but you need to buy two, at least two. Sony 3, that's 3 different versions. There we go. We could have the Sony proper one, and actually that would work with my flash gun. So let's have that one. But we don't want to be too snobby. But there we go. Right, what else could we have? So we've got flash gun, we've got lenses. Would I have the 70-200? I think I would. The 70-200 G Master. The new one is absolutely. I've got a friend who's got one. It's absolutely fantastic. In fact, I need to try it out. Absolutely fantastic lens. Really fantastic lens. Lot of money though, £2.5 grand. But you can get a £100 cashback by the looks of it, and a free extended 1-year warranty. Anything else? Did have the 100-400 G Master, which was a fantastic lens as well, but I think I wouldn't bother if I replaced it with this, because if I've got a two times converter, and actually it does work very well on here. I've got a friend who still uses his with his A1, and he says it's actually fantastic with it. So he ends up with a 140-400. works very, very well. Yeah, so check out. Let's have a look. So a Sony A1. I mean, to be honest, if we're shooting professionally, maybe we should also add in an A7R5 body. He says. There we go, for another £4,000. And these are the other lenses that we may have purchased. I mean, would we? The thing is, I haven't used really a wide zoom for a long time because I prefer the sort of creativity you can have with the primes. So that's why I went up to sort of 50mm, and then you have a little bit of a gap. But then if we've got 50mm, and then we've got the 70 to 200. So this is where buying lenses and stuff like that is extremely difficult, and I've wasted a lot of money over the years buying lenses, selling lenses, thinking that you need it and then you don't. I'll tell you what we probably would have, which would be a Sigma 85mm, the new one. Is that right? Yeah, is that the new one? Yeah, with the 8 thing. One of them as well, 85mm, and that's also a fantastic lens. And I wouldn't have the Sony because the Sony G Master one's just old now, and this Sigma is a fantastic lens, and also cheaper. I think, as a starting point, that's it. So let's have a quick review. Sony A1 and obviously the Sony A7R5, 14mm G Master, absolutely fantastic. Wide angle f1.8. The 135 G Master, which I already own, absolutely fantastic. But you've got £79.95p off at the moment. 200 or 600, you also got £79.95 off it as well as a slight saving. Sony FE400 f2.8, 2x converter. The 105 macro from Sigma. The Sigma 14-24, and I know you're going to say this, but you've already got a 14mm wide angle, but that 14mm Sony is tiny. It's a really, really nice tiny little lens, but at the same time, the 14 to 24mm range is actually a really nice range to use for work. So depending on what you're doing, you know, that having that little zoom from 14 to 24 is actually really nice. And it's obviously a much smaller lens, the 14mm G Master. 600 f4 dream lens for most photographers out there, especially wildlife and stuff like that. The HVLF F60 RM2 flash gun. Like I say, I've got the first version of it, and it's incredible. The bag, low pro Whistler. I cannot recommend this bag enough. It is absolutely a beefcake of a bag. It fits really nicely on you when you walk with it. It's got aeration sort of bits in between, like padding, so you get a bit of airflow between you. This tripod, absolutely love it, and all I did was actually modify it. We cut the center column down massively so that actually you put the legs right down flat, so it's a much lighter, smaller tripod than it ever was before, and it's cheap. It's only 120 quid. The Get So Big tripod I think would probably suit me as well. You get a free bag in it as well, which is always handy having a second bag. That's worth £176 apparently, that Get So bag with that tripod. The Radio Commander, which is for the flash gun. I don't know if that will ever trigger anything else, or it only triggers Sony lenses, or can it trigger other things as well. I'm not really sure. The 7200 G Master Mark II, absolutely fantastic lens. A7R5, like I said. And the Sigma 85mm f1.4 Art series. The only thing I'm thinking about at the moment, and in the real world of this, I'm actually tempted to buy a second-hand Sony 85mm f1.8 because they're 394 quid second-hand in really good condition, almost new, from Wex, used. So if we have a look now, I'll show you. Let's have a Sony 85mm. And to be honest, if they're that good, you may as well buy it new, because they've got used ones. Where are they used ones? Used. So they're $499 new. I thought oh, 396. So in almost brand new condition. They're showing in 9 plus. So 9 plus to 10 is almost like new. So 100 and something quid cheaper than brand new, and they've got a few in stock. So I was almost tempted to buy one of those, because my 135, my 105 macro, and I've kind of got nothing in between sort of 35 up to 105. It doesn't really hurt me too much because a lot of the time I'm in the studio, I'm out and about, so it doesn't really matter. But if I do need to do something where I need 85, and obviously your depth of field isn't quite as shallow as the 135, so when you're doing like say group photos and stuff, an 85 is going to be better than a 135 unless you stop it right down, from a distance. But yeah, but absolute bargain lens, I would say. Yeah, but so grand total of a cheap, a very very bargainy, £45,272 and 10 pence. But we did save £336 and 85p. Plus we got a free bag as well. So that was interesting. So I just thought, it's just how much money would I spend? And I've probably spent double that over the years on kit. So mega money. But if you're a Sony user and what was your dream? I mean, write down what you'd have in the comments below. Literally write down, let me know what your ultimate setup would be in the camera body market. I mean, I would love a Hasselblad, obviously, but it's mega money even more. It's like pretty much that for one body, if you go for the high end stuff. But yeah, let me know. Anyway, please click the subscribe button, little notification bell. I just thought it was interesting. I've never done this. That's kind of a really nice, for me, kind of almost ideal. Might swap a couple of things out there, but without digging too deep or whatever. But I might try and do a used version of this in a minute and see how that turns out. So watch this space. There might be a used version video coming soon. Anyway, catch you later.